Vista City police still are on the hunt for the gunman who killed the CEO of United Healthcare. Brian Thompson was shot yesterday morning in Midtown Manhattan just before he was set to speak at a conference at the Hilton Hotel. Surveillance video shows Thompson walking alone from a nearby hotel when the suspect approaches him from behind and fires multiple rounds. The shooter, who was wearing a jacket, a face mask, and a large gray backpack, then fled on foot, got on a bicycle, and went into Central Park just a few blocks north. Police say he was also spotted at a nearby Starbucks just minutes before the attack. A motive has not yet been established. The slain CEO had been receiving threats recently, but had not been altering his travel routine. That is according to his wife. Let's bring in NBC News national law enforcement and intelligence correspondent Tom Winter. Tom, good morning. So what more do we know about the search for this gunman and about the possible motive here?
Well, on the possible motive front, it's a little bit up in the air right now, Willie. It is definitely, according to the New York City Police Department, a targeted killing. This is not somebody who is looking for any individual to shoot yesterday. This was not some sort of an active shooter. Obviously, he very clearly, the video shows it, we're looking at it, approaches this individual from behind, clearly knew which direction this person was coming from, what hotel Brian Thompson was staying at, what hotel he was going to speak at this conference, had been in the area. And then these still photos that we're now looking at coming from the NYPD yesterday, and according to people we've spoken with from a Starbucks prior to the shooting, you can see there we actually, even though he's masked up in the video, that's a pretty clear photo, perhaps not enough for the NYPD's facial recognition unit, but a pretty clear photo to perhaps help them along or to get some tips at the number on the screen. Some new information we're getting this morning as well, Willie. This individual who the NYPD believes is obviously responsible for the shooting apparently left behind some writings on the shell casings that police found at the scene. The senior law enforcement official here in New York City who's briefed on the investigation says the messages on the casings were, quote, defend, deny, and depose. So three separate writings written on shell casings. Doesn't really help us much with the motive, but the idea that perhaps this is a professional hit versus maybe somebody who had a motive to do this on their own, maybe shifting more to the theory that somebody had a motive to do this on his own. But it's still far too early to get to the bottom of that, and perhaps not until this individual is in handcuffs are they going to be able to do that. They've uncovered a number of items of evidence, and right now this individual is not under arrest, but there are some very good leads that police appear to be following. That's what we're told, and that's the latest on the investigation here as we've been working the phones all day.
Tom, you know the inner workings of the NYPD so well, and I think a lot of us who live in New York City always marvel at how quickly they apprehend suspects just because of all the technology now available to them and all the intelligence that they can gather so quickly. So what would this process look like beginning at, say, 7 o'clock yesterday morning when the calls came in?
Sure. So immediately what they're going to do is conduct what they call a video canvass. They're immediately going to go to the hotel. One of the first things that the responding officer does, even before the detectives get there, look up, look around, listen to the 911 call. They'll put out very detailed information. It'll go right to NYPD smartphones. It'll go out over the air. And those initial responding officers, they're going to look for witnesses. They're going to look for anybody else that's around with a gun. And they're immediately going to look up what cameras are around, what type of information can we get right away, get that to a supervisor, and begin to pull the types of video images that we've been looking at, and presumably quite a few pieces of video that we haven't seen yet, because those have been turned over to law enforcement from businesses in the area. And that's what they'll do. They'll track this individual, and then they'll also see if they're on NYPD cameras, and is there any way that they can track this individual through the NYPD's domain awareness system and the various technologies that they have. So all of that work is going on. There was a cell phone that was recovered at the scene. They execute a search warrant on that, see if there's information that might be relevant to this specific individual or to the shooting. They also conducted a search of the victim's hotel room and see if there's anything in there that could have helped them with that as well.
So I'm just looking at a couple of things. First of all, I want to ask you about New York City and CCTV across New York City, specifically Central Park. We know in London there are cameras all over the place in London. And I just wanted to ask you about New York City, how it compares, but also defend, deny, depose on the casings. Certainly, that sounds like somebody who, again, we don't want to jump too far in conclusions, but that may line up with what his wife said yesterday, that perhaps it was threats pertaining to somebody who was denied coverage. Any thoughts there?
You know, I think that's a piece of the puzzle, Joe. Certainly appreciate what you're saying there, what you're going with, and kind of putting it all together. I've been doing this long enough to know that sometimes a case looks like it's going down one specific track, and you think you're right there, and then all of a sudden it shifts to something completely different. And I think that's something that the NYPD, in particular, its current chief of detectives, Joe Kenny, preaches a lot to the detectives as far as keep your mind open. You don't know what's happening. You know, could that be writings that could try to throw police off? So that's something that we always keep in mind. As far as the cameras go, Joe, the Central Park has a tremendous amount of surveillance camera coverage. It is not complete. I'm not going to get into areas where they don't have great coverage of. It's kind of impossible given the entirety of the park, but they do have a lot of capability with that. And you know, there is in this country certainly a constant battle between, yes, if we had surveillance cameras everywhere, could we find this person instantly? Some CSI type thing? Yeah, perhaps. But on the other hand, you know, we're Americans. We have a right to privacy, Fourth Amendment, et cetera. And that's something that there's always that kind of give and take with law enforcement and people that are, you know, certainly concerned about privacy.
Great coverage and context. NBC's Tom Winter, thank you very much for your reporting this morning.